Hey guys, I'm Chad Hoover with Kayak Bass Fishing, and in today's video, we are going to crown the champion of the Kayak Bass Fishing Dee Zee the 10, and we're going to bring you the award ceremony in its entirety. But before we do that, let's check out some of the action from this awesome event.
Look at that sucker.
Yeah! Let's get it, baby! Heck yeah, nice one, buddy! Get him! Get him!
We got a long way to go yet.
Is that a gator growling over there?
Yeah, he's right here.
That's what you come to Florida for, boys.
Playing out and he missed the turn. It's like,
World-class accommodations were provided for the Kayak Bass Fishing Dee Zee the 10 by Encore Resorts at Reunion. If you're planning your next trip to the Kissimmee, Florida area, be sure to check out world-class resort amenities and accommodations by checking out the folks at Encore Resorts at Reunion.
We've got 12 guys that are ready to find out where they placed, ready to get a check.
Yes.
You ready for this?
Let's go out and give out the first $1,000.
The first $1,000. Are we going 12th place up?
12th place. Let's go ahead.
I think we should mix it up. We should start at 10,000. No, I'm kidding. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. 12th place. You ready?
12th place. Let's go ahead and have.
Do your thing, bro. I'll be your Vanna White.
How about we have Jamie Broad come on up? We got you.
What does that say? That says 10th place. We don't have a 12th? There is no 12th. It's the Dee Zee 10. You don't even get a check.
He's going to get an IOU.
You're not, it's already in your PayPal. Man, I'll tell you what. Christy, we're going to talk about this when you
Is
get
it in your PayPal?
oh yes.
It's already in your PayPal.
It hit before I even came.
What? Did you get your 1,000? We got to fish more.
Yeah. Maybe just hang out with these guys more. Maybe they'll feel.
So, I want to get this straight. You're in 12th place in the 10?
I know.
80 and a half inches.
That's a head scratcher. Gene's taking off his shoes to count. I mean, look at him.
Yeah,
Right?
it was a rough few days. But I mean, the temptation was great.
Yeah.
But boy, that pattern changed. But yeah, it was a good season. I mean, we battled it out. We had some great anglers. Brad, Matt, some of the other guys from Texas, Jeff Isham, he was there with us.
Nice.
Dwayne Taft. So it was a good season. I can't wait for the rest of this one to play out.
Yeah, and congratulations on 9th place, tying for 9th place for Angler of the Year here in 2019 as well, getting you into this house. Congratulations on your success so far, and looking for a big 2020 from you.
I can't wait.
Brother, thank you so much. I mean,
How about Jamie?
I don't really know if you can even ask for a better guy. But apparently, by statistically speaking, there's 11 better guys here. So, who you got in 11th place?
I think we got the kid next.
The kid?
The kid?
The KBF kid?
KBF kid?
You know, Brad Case, Professor Case in his wisdom said something earlier this week, because Brad and the kid, I think they've got this weird dynamic, this like angry grandpa relationship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's Dylan. You know, I said the kid that's going to need the diapers later on.
Adult diapers will fit you better than me.
And he said something earlier about, we used to call Cody Milton the kid.
Yeah.
And now we don't reference Cody Milton as a kid because we all call Cody Milton sir.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We have 2018 KBF AOI for sure. So
the kid went on Instagram and Facebook this week and caught everything but fish.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring him up here.
Come on up,
Dylan. Good job, Dylan. Everybody, this is Dylan Fuquay out of what? Marion, Illinois.
Marion, Illinois.
Sounds good. So tell us about these crazy catches you had this week.
Well, the first day here, I caught an alligator. And it was the first alligator I've ever seen in the wild. It was about that big. I caught it on a topwater frog. And then, I think...
Oh, wait a minute. Now, you've got a little clip. I mean, what was going through your head when this gator, I mean, You're not. I mean, you don't carry yourself as a 15-year-old. I mean, he's bigger than we are.
No, not me.
Just a little taller.
Just a little taller.
But I mean, so you catch a gator. I mean, was Dad with you?
Yeah, he was actually the one who saw it. He texted me and was like, "Hey, there's a gator," and I went over there and I was like, "I'm gonna catch him."
I feel like most parents are like, "Hey, son, stay away from the alligator." Your dad's like, "Hey, go play with that."
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
And then after the gator, probably 2 days later, I caught a soft shell turtle about that big. It was big. Like I was holding it up and I was like, "Okay, take the picture," because it was too heavy.
Okay, I'm starting to understand 11th place now. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, me too.
But listen to this.
Oh, and then day 2 of the Temptational, I caught a shoe.
Who catches a shoe?
I do. And it was just a Nike shoe, and I caught it. And I even submitted it to the tournament. It culled out one of my fish. It bumped me up 2 spots. But of course, they got denied and everything.
I figure Amanda Brandon is sitting at home looking at her screen going, "Yeah, the shoe's not touching the fence of the bump board. We can't."
It has his mouth open.
Yeah.
I was thinking about pinching the tail. But
Was there a tongue? Did Joe get a tongue deduction or the laces? Like, how does that?
I don't know. I even put the identifier.
That's crazy. And now you sent a group text to our little tin house group today with a video. It's going on national television. Do you even want to talk about it?
Well, I caught a duck on a whopper plopper, and I just don't know how it happened. I was just reeling in my whopper plopper, and it was following it. So I was like, it's gonna mess with it, and I just stopped it, and it like jumped on it, and then its feet got wrapped up in the line. I had to bring it in, and
How'd the hooks that go on that?
oh, it didn't get hooked. It just got wrapped up.
Oh, okay.
And then like it started trying to fly, but it just got wrapped up. So Dad goes, "You got a bass?" I was like, "No, I got a duck." I'd like to thank Native Watercraft, Dee Zee, Kissimmee Sports. Man, there's probably a few more I'm forgetting, but thanks, Chad Hoover, Kayak Bass Fishing. It's been a great time, and hope to be here next year.
Everybody, this is your 11th place finisher, Dylan Fuqua.
Thank you guys.
What a phenomenal kid, man. Talk about heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a big shout out to his dad who lugs him all over the place, all over from ramp to ramp to ramp. Yeah, he's working on that pro level, right? Working on. You got to thank Dad.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, number 10. We get to hand out checks.
We get to hand out a check this time.
Yeah, baby.
How about we get Matthew Scotch out of Fort Worth, Texas?
Woo! Congratulations, my buddy. Congratulations, man. Let's smile for the camera here. Get a big shot out there, right there. Nicely done.
Matt, tell us about your tournament, brother.
Yeah, you know, the fish were there. I had the bites like to be much higher up, and I just didn't take advantage of them. I didn't fish clean. If there was a mistake to be made this week, and you know, there was a black cloud following around everywhere I went in Kissimmee. Like something bad happened. Rods mysteriously snapping, line just snapping on hook sets. I mean, there was just a lot of things I wish I could kind of do over, kind of take back. But you know, I mean, I did everything the way I would have done it anyways. It's just I wish I would have maybe fine-tuned or refined a couple things.
Outstanding, man. Well, thank you so much for everything that you do, brother.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we just got done talking to 10th place Matt Scotch, and let's go ahead and get 9th place on up here, Josh Stewart.
Woo! Congrats, buddy. Congrats, man. Y'all step up a little bit here. Let's get a picture with this check here. 9th place. Do you already have this $1,000 too?
Yeah, send my PayPal.
You get paid before you walk in the door? It's impressive. Impressive, man. Impressive. So, I mean, we can't ignore the elephant in the room.
What is that?
The elephant in the room is that this is your 4th year. It's the 4th 10. Last year you went into day 1 and ended with, I think, a 12-inch lead, 14, dominating, right? Go into day 2, couldn't find your final fish. today, or in this year's 10, we had the camera crews on you on day 1. And I've been a fan of yours, and you know this, for a long time. It's one of those things where you were so focused and so driven, and you do a phenomenal job of being that carefree, big smile, big heart energy in every room that you walk in, Josh. But I watched a fire in you, bro, that I mean, there was an energy on the water that was impressive. What was that like, start having day 1 end the same way that you ended last year in the 10 competition?
Well, I think it was just a lack of me understanding what was going on with the fish, basically. I thought one thing was going on, and I'm not really used to bed fishing, or sight fishing for bedded fish, and I seen one of the biggest bass in my life swim by like over a bed, and I don't know if she was really bedding, so I spent a lot of time trying to catch that fish today that I couldn't see if it was there or not because of the overcast.
You have all the stats, but he's one of the most consistent anglers in the sport.
If you wanted to give a name to a guy, Mr. Consistency would have to be a name that would definitely describe Josh
I
Stewart.
think we got another one in the room too back there.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk to him a little bit later on, I promise you.
But winning the 2019 Pro Tour and the Challenge Cup and lacrosse, to put together the season that you did, to get second in the Angler of the Year race.
Again.
So tell us about the grind that you put in this year. Tell us about...
That's just a lot of miles,
Yeah.
And I basically fished probably everything I could this year. If I did bad in one KBF tournament, I knew that I'd have to make it up in another one. So, it takes a lot to grind out and beat all these other guys that we have to fish against.
What does coming to the 10 house 4 years in a row mean to you?
It means that I guess come the 5th year.
You're the only guy that's been here every year.
Well, I guess I got to come back, right?
You're going to keep coming back till you win this thing?
Yeah, keep coming back till I win.
I love that attitude, guys. Woo! Who you got at number 8?
Number 8.
Number 8 taking on $1,000, right?
We're starting to get up there, but with number 8, we got, someone that is used to the big stage because this year at the KBF National Championship, he held the biggest check over his head.
Probably arguably the biggest stage.
Yeah, so let's give it up for Mr. Mike Elsey.
Woo! The champ is here! The champ is here! What up, champ? How are you, sir? How are you? The champ is here. Get a picture with the champ.
You were second in the Southeast Regional Final, if I'm not mistaken. You went out, you won the national title again, like we've talked about. You got 9th, you tied for 9th to come into the house, and you got to come out here and fish these great waters with all these guys. Just tell us about the experience you've had in the 10 house this week.
Man, I tell you what, before coming here, this is, like you said, this is kind of my first year actually on the road in the kayak community, and so I never really realized how big, how important of an event that the 10 is until now. Man,
this is a game changer.
This is the deal, and you can better believe I'm going to be trying my hardest to get here every year from here on out.
Love hearing that. Love hearing that. Well, champ, from a personal, that we've had a little bit of a bond since your NC win. You know that I love this heart that you have inside here, man, and I want to thank you for giving everything that you do to the kayak bass fishing community. We're definitely proud to have you here, brother.
For sure.
It. Thank you very much, man.
No problem, man. No problem.
Congratulations, Mike. Congratulations.
7.
Let's get to 7th place. Let's go ahead and get to, how about a Virginian angler? Let's get Casey Reed up here.
Woo! Casey! What is up, brother?
Congratulations.
I am such a fan of yours. You are so cerebral. You are so focused. I loved getting to watch you compete this week. How did your week break down?
Oh man, it was a tough start to the week. Didn't really catch a lot of fish. The bite seemed to be real slow. The fish size wasn't there. They were all small. As the week went along, started getting better and better, fortunately. Yesterday was the first day that I put together a full limit, and then was able to scratch out a limit again today.
You got the big bass that you caught out there yesterday to bump yourself up there into contention to where you placed yourself in a great spot today to chase down the leader, Ken Wood, after day one. Tell us, the adrenaline. Just tell us the thoughts that were going through your head when you pulled that big bass in.
Oh man, it was just unbelievable. Like I had, been catching 12, 14-inch fish all week long and hooking to that thing, and I get it in the net. And, man, I thought it was like a 25, 26-incher. And I call Scott immediately. I'm like, guys, where are you at?
You had that vibrato in your voice, that excitement. I mean, you sounded like Dylan at Christmas. You know what I mean? That kid at Christmas time running into the tree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I felt like, man.
It was incredible to hear, man. Incredible. You're so focused. You're such an amazing mind on the water and off. I'm a fan, bro. Thanks so much for doing what you're doing. Thanks for being a part of the KBF family, brother. We're glad to have you.
Thank you for everything you do, too.
I appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, man.
Good job. How incredible is Casey Reed? Like, if you guys aren't following that guy online right now, go follow Casey Reed. He's one of my favorite human beings, man.
Casey's a good guy. I mean, I've met him genuinely, just from the heart. Just a great guy, willing to help out any of these anglers out here. I think he runs a couple of trails, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, the guy's got the heart for the sport, and that's one of the best guys that you can have out here.
This plastic boat community continues to impress me with the athletes and the anglers that come in and out of this thing. I mean, we're getting close here. Number 6, who do we got?
The guy that won his way in via the Invitational. Come on up here, Mr. Alan Sweat.
Man, had him sweating. Mr. Alan Sweat, what's up, brother? What's going on, man?
Right. Well, I actually got into kayak fishing last year. Just last year, fish challenge tournaments last year. Bass boat fished forever. So I've toiled in obscurity as a co-angler and BFLs and all that stuff. Had a bass boat, sold it, bought a kayak, and love it. I don't think I could ever go back. I mean, I totally agree with everything about the community everybody's saying. I mean, just about the camaraderie.
You gotta step up a little bit. Okay, are we hearing that story a lot about
a lot of bass boaters?
Yeah, coming into the sport. I mean, the champ, Sweat. We're hearing that story a lot, right? Hitting that doorbell. I mean, them palms had to be. Right?
Yeah. I was like, man, I don't know. Came in first couple minutes. I'm like, this might not go too well. This is going to be a long couple days. And then everybody welcoming, helpful. I mean, it's just overwhelming, really. Just the camaraderie and fellowship has really meant a lot to me. Just coming in, sort of, because definitely I feel like an outsider coming in, and I don't anymore. And I can tell you, in the bass boat world, it wouldn't be that way. I can just tell you.
Well, running that bona fide, powered by that Turquito on the back. Yep. I mean, this ain't gonna be the last time we see you, right?
Yep. No, it's not going to be. I plan on doing, a couple of pro tour events as much as I can get away this year, and.
You need to give a shout out to anybody. You got a boss. You need to apologize for being off work.
Yeah, I've already done that. So hopefully we're good there. But no sponsors. Hint, hint.
It's a pro.
Yeah. I want to say shout out to my wife. Love you, honey. I'll be home tomorrow morning. And just appreciate her support for letting me come up for the week and do all this. But Experience Kissimmee, thank you.
Awesome.
And it's been awesome. I want to thank Chad Hoover, KBF.
Absolutely.
Everybody, Alan Sweat, congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Alan was your 6th place angler. He was one spot out of starting to upgrade checks, guys. We're getting into 5th place now.
Top 5?
Top 5.
Whoa.
Is there a professor in the house?
Oh, let me tell you about the professor. I mean, the professor's one of those guys that when he gets on the water and starts up a class, like, it's time to get your butt in the desk and pay attention, because he's going to teach something. Tell us about the professor. Bring him on up.
Let's get Florence, Mississippi angler Brad Case on up here. 5th place at 165 inches.
Yes. Ooh.
So tell us about your tournament. Tell us what happened, and tell us whatever we need to know.
Well, I found a spot. It was a secondary spot. That wasn't going to be my primary as an alternate. And I had several buddies fishing my primary, and so I kind of backed off of it a little bit and just looked at other spots, seeing if one of them might be able to become a primary. So the day of and I watched the wind, and when the wind was coming out of the right direction, I went ahead and went to what we call now my primary, and did pretty good at the Invitational. So instead of going back on the second day for that and taking a run for the lead on that, I went to one of the alternates, New Water. I was saying don't leave fish. Well, I left fish so I could have fish for this tournament. And it paid off. It really did. I lost a couple of good fish. We always say that, but yeah, I was half napping and had the fish take the rod and get off before I could really react to it. So that's just how it goes sometimes.
Now, you're a veteran, not only in life, but a veteran in this kayak community. This is your second 10 event. I mean, tell us about the experience of the 10 and the 10 house and why this is so special for you.
It's the camaraderie. We kind of, several of us get together when we do the tournaments together, and we'll have a house, and we enjoy it. We'll talk about the fishing. It's the camaraderie that's built into it. So just here, being as the 10, it's not our local area of Southeast guys or Texas guys or our Midwest guys where we set up. It's all over. We got as far north as Massachusetts. That's as far as we got, right? Mm-hmm. And then all the way down to Florida now, and then all the way over from Texas. And so we covered a wide area of the might as well say pretty much the mid-east or east to the Midwest across for KBF to show with the kayak fishing.
Thank you, Brad Case. Appreciate it, bro.
Congratulations, Brad.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good check.
He's getting down. It's getting business time.
Yeah, fourth place.
Fourth place. How much money is that?
That's $3,000.
$3,000. Who took home? Who's taking home $3,000?
Probably someone from Arkansas. Searcy, Arkansas. Cody Milton, come on up.
Woo! You know, Todd, when you talk about energy and you talk about never give up, you talk about that consistent fight and that, I don't want to say the little engine that could because this guy's a big man, right? Mm-hmm. But when you talk about that fire and that fuel that comes from inside, Cody Milton pops in my head every single time. One of the things that I love about what he does is how consistent he is. You know, luckily I get to work a lot with the camera crew and talk with some of these guys, and these guys get to spend a lot of intimate time on the water filming all of you guys. And one of the things that we always talk about with Cody Milton is how much he goes. It's that Energizer Bunny. Is that a thing? I mean, you're not an old man, but you're not necessarily a young man in the sport anymore. When we got guys like Dylan coming up hot on your heels, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, where does that drive? Where does that fire come from you when tournament time kicks in?
Man, like fear of not catching them. Really, it burns me up not catching them. I mean, like I'll put 12 hours in practice just to know I'm around something. I can figure out to catch them. I mean, every day is different. As long as you're around them, you can end up catching them somehow. But man, that's the main thing. I hate not doing well. It really bugs me. But I mean, I'm happy with the week. There was some amazing anglers here today this week. I mean, and this was my third year in the 10, and I mean, this was. Experience Kissimmee, this was by far the best 10 I've ever been a part of. I mean, there was so much more stuff this time.
Cody Milton, fourth place.
Fourth place, $3,000, 165 3/4 inches, just edging out Brad Case. Congratulations.
All right, thanks, man.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations, man. Incredible. I mean, I get that we're getting long-winded here, but I mean, these guys, you can't stop, right? You can't stop, and we're at the top 3.
Yeah, 3. Definitely the guy with some high accolades from this year. He was the KBF Rookie of the Year. Came out of Wareham, Massachusetts. Definitely like to give it up for Derek Brundle.
Derek Brundle!
Congratulations.
Derek Brundle, what's up, my brother? How are you, man? How are you? Let's smile for this check, and then let's say hi to your mom and dad. Now, real talk. I mean, mom and dad are here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Mom and dad have been supporting me forever. I mean,
Facts, actually.
I mean, I know a lot of the stories here. I've heard it. A lot of these guys, their dads got them into fishing, and, my mom always supported that and took up the slack and would bring me to school when I'd be late coming back from waiting around the pond. And miss the bus. A lot of times I would try and sneak out and say, "Oh yeah, I'm not feeling so well," but she always saw through it.
I mean, we talk about family so much in this community, and we are a family, but I mean, your real family's here, and to have some conversation with your mom and your dad this week, and to see them talk about you, and to see the smiles and the joy and honestly, I mean, the look of a mom's love that, I mean, nobody can really give up. I mean, that's powerful for us in the community to see that happen, and it just goes to show the type of men that we have in the sport and anglers in general in this community, and how that family camaraderie kind of comes to play here. They've been a big fan of yours, been supporting you through everything that you've done, but you're new. You're the rookie of the year in this sport. I mean, tell us about the season this man's had.
Well, obviously 2019 KBF Rookie of the Year, Northeast Regional or Northeast Angler of the Year.
Yep.
Two
then what
titles?
else? Yeah, and then we got
Give it up for that. Rookie of the Year, Regional AOY.
Yeah, and then second at the Invitational.
Yep.
You tried to close the door on Mr. Allen Sweat and
I
couldn't
did.
quite do it.
I did, but he did all right.
And then how about this? This is something that I really like. You were top 10 in 16 of 18 events that you entered this year.
That's incredible.
As a rookie, to come in with that kind of poise and to go in and to fish against these guys and to do what you did, especially versus the Northeast. Tell us about your year.
It's funny. I started this year off with one goal, and I just wanted to make the national championship. I saw the pictures of Mike holding up that big giant check and the smile on his face, and I said to myself, I want the same smile at the end of the year. I want to have the opportunity to be on that stage. And I started the year in April because up in the Northeast, Ken will tell you, we're sometimes breaking through the ice to fish in our kayaks. And in April they start the Northeast Challenge Cups up there, and I won the first one. So my goal had been accomplished. So I said, well, I better set another goal because can't go through life without more goals. So I said, I'm going to try and finish in the top 10 in one tournament.
You watched what happened, and it inspired you. You made a decision to move forward with it, and now you're standing here. For anybody that's at home, that's even contemplating getting into the sport, tell them why they need to do it and do it now.
Well, this is why you need to do it. I mean, I wish that everybody out there was watching, was here, with all these guys, with all the guys that fished the 10 Invitational, with all the guys that stayed and fished the Big Bass Brawl. The community feeling here is second to none. I mean, I got to share water with the national champ yesterday. We fished the same bank back and forth. We crisscrossed each other, and we went around each other, and we went back and forth, and we talked the whole day. I mean, there's not many guys that you're going to compete against that are going to talk. And Alan
The
talked
guy
about
that
it
had just
earlier.
inspired you to be here.
Yeah, and here I am at the boat launch, rigging with him, hanging out with him in the house. We're doing stuff. It's just, I mean, it comes full circle, and it's not something to take lightly. You know, you put in your time, you put in your effort, and it is really easy to get started. You can, I mean, like Alan said, he did online challenges only. And there's a lot of guys out there that do that. And you can win your way into some of these bigger tournaments and take advantage of those. For the people out there that aren't actually in a kayak, take some time, go to your local kayak dealer, try out as many kayaks as you can, get one that's comfortable for you, because I know there's a lot of different brands out there. And my kayak might not be right for you, your kayak might not be right for me, but there is one out there that's right for you that you can fish comfortably in. And just get in it, as you say, in the little plastic boat, and just start fishing, have fun, and follow the dreams that you've always wanted to do. So
$4,000.
$4,000, 167
I remember that.
inches.
Yeah. What was it, 167?
167.
Can't beat
2-day
that with
total.
a stick, can you?
Derek Brundle, man, I love you.
You're
I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you.
Everybody, Derek
I can't
Brundle.
wait to see you again.
We got two.
I mean, I feel like there's people at home that are going, is this ever over? I mean, but we're down to two.
2. We got somebody from Nashville, Tennessee, and we got somebody from Taunton, Massachusetts.
We got to bring them both up here, right?
Yeah, let's go ahead and have Rus Snyders come on up and Mr. Ken Wood come on up.
Woo! Flat over a little bit. Russ, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Russ, how you doing?
Big man Ken, how are you, sir?
How you doing, sir?
A quarter of an inch separated you guys on day 1.
As close as it gets, right?
A quarter of an inch. When we talk about it in this community, and these guys know it, but when we talk about this as a game of inches, we mean it.
This whole experience here with all the food catered, we haven't had to worry about a single thing. There's a giant king size bed to sleep in, and just we have everything we need here. It just makes the whole experience that much more.
You're a guy who sleeps in the cab of his truck a lot.
Yeah.
Moving to a king size bed
I think I've slept
in a multi-million-dollar home. I
3
mean,
times in my life, so it was. I mean, I'm a little guy. I could swim in that thing. I don't know.
I got you. That's impressive. Now, I mean, this was your second year in the 10, Ken.
Yep.
I mean, how was this year different for you than it was last year as far as off of the water?
Completely different experience. Last year I felt a bit like an outsider. This year, completely different.
This year, this was your house.
A little bit. But no, it's more of, everybody it's like a big family this year.
The area that I concentrated on had like multiple different patterns that I can jump to. I start off throwing a fluke in the morning, really shallow water, like 6 inches to a foot of water, and just some kind of little backwaters behind these berms, and catch them on a fluke, and then eventually that bite would kind of die, and I'd switch either to punching mats of hyacinth with like a heavy 1.25 ounce weight. Then there was also an area with just a huge field of lily pads, and I'd get them there as well on a lighter, just creature bait, just kind of swimming it through. But it was nice having all 3 of those different things to run to all in one area. So if one technique wasn't working, I could bounce around to try something else. So.
Well, when the leaderboard went off, you took a crazy jump to first. And guys, to be honest, it wasn't even close. It was a 14 3/4 inch advantage. Your 2020 KBF Dee Zee the 10 champion is Rus Snyders.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. I mean, give it up! Give it up!
Congratulations, Russ. Congratulations, man.
Incredible run, man. Not only are you the reigning AOI,
I think it's the 3rd year in a row that the AOI has won the 10, right?
I can't even remember.
Cody Milton did last year.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
What a statistic, right?
That's absolutely crazy.
I don't know that we've seen that in any other sport. Sorry. But to me, as a fan of this sport, you're in a house full of hammers.
This is a special one to me, for sure. This is
absolutely incredible, Rus Snyders. $10,000.
What does this do for your year?
That's a king size bed, right? That's a king size check.
Yeah, man.
$10,000. That's important.
I'm gonna be fishing a lot this year. That's for sure.
What does this hardware mean to you? Step up here.
More so than the money. I mean, this right here, is something that you can look back on, like you said, tell your grandkids about, and just this whole experience is something I'm never gonna forget. It's above and beyond what I even, could even imagine, just as far as just how well they've taken care of us here, and getting to share time with, the best kayak anglers in the whole country. It's just been such an honor, and it's really thank you guys for making this happen. It's awesome.
We'll talk to you a little bit later on, all right?
Sounds good, buddy.
Ken Wood, get up here, brother. Ken Wood. Ken Wood.
How do you follow that?
$5,000 second place, man. This is nothing to sneeze at.
It's going to make my mom happy.
This is big, bro. This is big.
She texted me, no picture?
This is, I mean, this is incredible. I mean, I don't want to reference you as a kid by no means.
Yeah,
but the comeback that you had from last year's 10 performance to this year's 10 performance, what does that mean to you right here, Ken?
No, it's big. It's huge. Like I said, you know, you put a lot of time in to get here. A lot of miles. I think 17,000 miles last year, something like that. A lot of time away from the family. A lot of weekends fishing. So yeah, it's even though it's not first, it's good.
All of these guys have got fan bases.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we see that all the time. We're following all these guys all across social media. But you've got a group of people back home that, I mean, that really are in your quarter and really proud of who you are and what you've done. There is absolutely nothing more that you need to do but to continue grinding, continue doing what you're doing. There is nothing to not be proud of about that $5,000 check, second place, and continuing to come back 2 years in a row. You want more, right? You'll be back next year?
Yeah, definitely.
Ken's coming for the house.
Yeah.
Ken Wood, everybody.
Yeah, congratulations.
Ken Wood.
And John, right there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 2020 Dee Zee, the Tin House. These are your competitors. Over $30,000 paid out.
That way.
Whoa! What a show, everybody! Yeah! Woo!
Well, guys, there you have it. The results of the 2020 Kayak Bass Fishing Dee Zee the 10. Big congratulations to Rus Snyders for taking home the title. Guys, if you think you have what it takes to compete with the top anglers in the country, head over to kayakbassfishing.com to find out more about how you can win your way into the 10. Listen, if you like this video, smash that thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell us what you think about this tournament coverage and these types of videos. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, turn on your notifications so you'll know each and every time I release a new video. We'll see y'all in the next one. The only thing better than planning a trip to go chase trophy bass is planning a trip where you can bring the whole family, whether they're all into bass fishing or they want something else to do while you chase that fish of a lifetime. In the shadow of Disney and other great attractions, be sure to plan your next bass fishing adventure by coming to Experience Kissimmee.